Well, folks, I know that we just spoke to you. It is 8:48 a.m. Eastern Time, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Coming to you because we have another X-class solar flare about to occur. Of course, it is at M9.5 right now, as you can see down here at the bottom, but there's no way this is just going to drop back down. This will likely be at X-class range within 1 minute. In fact, it may be there now. By the next update, we should see that. What we're going to do here is we're going to use the Gong H alpha because we are in pretty much real time, and the SDO does not work in real time, but the Gong H alpha is about 1 minute behind, where you see these green, the green ones right there. You can see how many minutes behind these are, and they're placed all over the world so that you can get up-to-date images. Brody, I know you're pretty happy right now. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and click on this. It does appear that the energy is coming from the limb, again, the back side of that triple umbra that we were just looking at moments ago. So again, regardless of how high this goes, let me update again, and we do have an X1.1 solar flare as of right now. So we do have another X-class solar flare. But because this does appear to be happening on the limb and not from the large beta gamma delta spots we have, and not from either of the northern groups, and there's nothing else there's nothing else that would cause it on the sun. Regardless of how high this ends up going, and it does appear to be peaking right now anyway, but even with a larger peak up, were we to get one, because it is on the limb, it is very unlikely that this is going to have a major effect on Earth. However, that goes for everything except the radio signals. The radio blackout is definitively back. This is not the one we just showed you in the last live show. This is a new radio blackout. Trust me, Atlantic Command is very, very aware that the sun is going bonkers right now. We even have parts of Brazil affected by the radio blackout. Most of Africa, you can see here, the Middle East and Russia are not quite as affected as they were last time, but still most of Europe here is affected pretty much completely by the radio blackout. So what we're going to do is we're going to stay here and we're going to watch this in real time. We're going to watch the flare. I'm going to go over to SDO real quick to see how up to date they are. Yes, this appears to still be, let me check the timestamp on this. Timestamp is 12:44 on that, so and that's UTC. So they are actually catching the rise up of this new flare right here. And go ahead and I'll pull that back up. So this new flare is indeed coming from this region, the same one as earlier, as the X2.2. Both of this morning's X-class solar flares have come out of that incoming region. We're now up to X1.4, as we do appear to be peaking. However, as those of you who watch the sun know, and as you can kind of see, at least down here on the downturn, the break from the solid line up to this little thinner line does not always signify the end of the flare or the end of the downturn of the flare, as we see here, where we see, oh, it looks like it might be done going down. Nope, we'll have another strong turn. Or if you look right here, you can see we're going up, up, and then we have that little thin line right there, but we're not done. We go up some more. Now, at this range, it does look like this is probably it, and we won't get much higher on this solar flare, but it is always possible we have another uptick, and we will stick around and watch this thing as we go. I just updated it, and we're at X1.5, technically a little bit higher, but as you can see, we are starting to flatten out. So chances are this flare event is done. Billy, if you haven't gone ahead and posted the link to the 1-minute X-ray flux from GOES-15, go ahead and do that. We're going to sign off. It looks like this event is done, and at most it is giving us the radio blackout, which is still in effect here. We'll go ahead and get an update to Gong just to be sure. Yeah, this is definitely coming from the incoming limb. We've now confirmed that on both the Gong H alpha and on the SDO. We'll use one more wavelength, see if we can do that here. Yeah, it's 42, so that's on the uptick to the flare, and we are coming out of here, and there's virtually no flaring activity in the now departing sunspots. So it is what it is, and we'll do this one more time. Yeah, we're still at X1.5, and this is probably the peak of this event. But hey, you now have the link to this. If you didn't before, it is in the comments, and let's watch for more. Eyes on the sun. Those sunspots will be Earth facing in about 3 or 4 days, and if they pump these out, we'll have to watch for strong auroras. But as we mentioned in the morning show, these on the limb are not going to cause any worries for Earth, and even if these were Earth directed, X1, X2, the Earth can handle that just fine. So, is what it is. Eyes on the sun. Be safe, everyone.